stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast, right here on FanStream Sports, live from the DSP Media Studios here in sunny North Dallas. I am IndyCarTim. That guy right over there, live from Kansas City, or I guess Overland Park, Missouri, or Kansas. Sorry,
you can't mess it up. You can't mess it up. They get mad.
I got yelled at last time I was there. PGA of America member, Mr. Johnny Gerber. Actually, Colby and I are developing a new character for you, an on-screen character where you're going to be Russian, and we're going to call you Gerberchev, and you're going to talk golf with a Russian accent.
Can you do that, or I have an accent already? Can you just convert it? Is that how it works? I don't know how that works.
Well, you just have to start talking with a Russian accent. Das Vidanya.
Yeah.
You know,
I got. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, but we haven't done a golf show in a while. Do you remember me? Do we remember how to do a golf show?
I only remember you because I texted you.
No, that's true.
I had to dig your name out of my phone. It was buried so deep.
I know. I understand that. I understand. But we apologize for being gone for so long, guys. We took last week off for some technical difficulties and some illnesses and all this. And then the week before, they had that garbage tournament with the 2-man, all that good stuff. So we took a couple weeks off, got refreshed now. We are refreshed. We're ready to go. A double dose of golf this week.
Against the Zurich Classic. What do you have against TPC Louisiana?
I like New Orleans and the food and stuff, but that tournament.
You don't like the tournament?
No, it's garbage.
I mean, this year it was kind of garbage, but it was good last year.
Yeah, because Davis Riley won, a Dallas guy. That's the only reason I was rooting for him. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? But better week this week. Got 2 tournaments this week. 2 ways to win some cash this week. So we're going to get back on the horse. We did have a couple winners last week. We were not going to preview because we didn't have a show on Monday. I was playing in a tournament, so sorry about that. But we did make a little bit of money last week. We did go 2-0 on matchups, and we did have a couple winners. So positive week. We're still in the red, unfortunately, but this is a great week for us to catch up and get a couple winners.
Yeah, big opportunity with 2 or actually 1.5 tournaments. I'm not even going to say the Myrtle Beach Classic is a complete tournament because, I mean, if you want to talk garbage tournaments, I mean, I don't even put it on the same level as a Corn Ferry tournament. I don't know.
That's not true. That is not true.
Nobody's going to watch that.
I'm going to watch it.
Well, yeah, because you're betting on it.
Well, that is true.
But that's on it.
No, you know, it's an inaugural golf tournament. It's in Myrtle Beach. It's a really good golf course. They're going to like this golf course. The Dunes, I played it a bunch. It's just a really flat, could get windy. Maybe not this time of year, but it's a cool golf course. These guys, there's some really good players in the field, believe it or not, that's going to have an opportunity to win. And it's, again, same opportunity. You still get in the Masters. You still get those, you know, you don't get as many points as this week, but it is still a PGA Tour event and you still get some points.
John Daly playing?
He might be. He's third alternate.
That'd be the only reason I would watch it.
Yeah, I know.
Because Max is playing over at the good tournament that we're going to talk about right now.
The
Wells Fargo Championship. So this was the kicking off point for Wyndham Clark's tremendous season he had last year. What'd you do with your camera?
I don't know.
You're gone. We've lost video. But this was the kicking off point for Wyndham Clark. This is his first career win last year at this tournament. And it's sort of, you know, I think jump-started his great season that he finished off with last year. And you wonder if it could do the same for somebody else. You like Quail Hollow a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do like Quail Hollow. It's a great golf course. Let me try to get this. Stuff back up. But yeah, it is a great golf course. It's, you know, they've hosted the President's Cup there. They moved it around. So yeah, no, it is a great place. I'm trying to fix this camera, guys. This is what happens, guys, when we don't do a tournament. We don't do a show for a
So
while.
is there not just a button at the bottom for you to turn the camera back on inside your software, like I have for mine?
Let me see.
I mean, it should just be right there below where I am on your screen.
Start cam.
Yes.
There, I clicked
that's
it off.
all you got to do.
Yeah. I must have just accidentally pushed it. See,
well,
this
if
is
you
what
move
happens.
the wire or something, that sometimes it'll turn them off on their own. All you got to do is click that button, and it'll come right back on.
Yeah.
But this was a big starting point for Wyndham Clark. You wonder if we can do the same for somebody like that this season. A lot of big names here. It's a signature event, which is why we have the other tournament playing opposite it. When you look at the guys, I don't know. And this is what's weird to me when you have these split events. Is obviously all the top players are at the signature event, and then the other guys, we'll call them, are at the other event. But it doesn't always mean that these big name guys play well, right? I mean, because it's stiffer competition for sure. But you got guys like Rory, who's the favorite here. I don't see him playing well this week.
Well, you look at two things, and it's funny you mentioned. You say Wyndham kind of kicked off Wyndham Clark's career. It kind of did the same thing with Rory. Rory's won here a couple times, and it did the same thing for Max Homa. This is an event that kind of kicked off Max Homa's career, and it just goes to show this is a championship golf course. I mean, this is a golf course that's very, very difficult. You got to be raring on all forms to come here and play well. And Rory being the favorite, him winning a couple weeks ago, I know he leaned on Shane Lowry for a while in that tournament, but yeah, it's just a hard place, and it's going to even play. They redid the greens. It's going to play a lot firmer. It's a long golf course at your favorite par 71. So
so unstable.
I know, but yeah, it is. I just don't see. Sorry, kicking off somebody's career. It's not that way this week just because it's a signature field event. I mean, everyone pretty much knows everyone's name. So there's not going to be any, guys that you really hadn't heard of. They're playing in Myrtle Beach. That's going to kind of win. But yeah, it's kicked off a lot of careers. It just goes to show, man, these guys it's a hard golf course. It's a long golf course, and the rough's going to be up, and these guys love it. And that's why they've hosted, President's Cups and Ryder Cups. I don't know if they've hosted a Ryder Cup, but they certainly hosted a President's Cup. But you got to play some really good golf. The last 3 holes are coming in is one of the hardest stretches on the PGA Tour, and you can lose it or win it on some of those holes if it's close.
So Wyndham Clark will be here to defend his title from last year, and good God, if it wasn't for
Scotty Scheffler,
for that guy who, by the way, will not be here this week. So everybody's got a chance.
Yeah.
As he is awaiting the birth of his love child.
That thing still hadn't came out yet?
No.
Oh.
Right? Like, I thought like at the Masters it was due, but now here we are this long after that. But
she's having triplets or something. Something's going on there.
Probably. I wonder if they know who the father is yet.
That's a little out of bounds, son. That's probably a little out of bounds.
Well, we are from the rough.
That is true. We're not from out of bounds, though. I mean, rough and out of bounds are a little
I'm right on the barrier.
Yeah, that's.
I'm right on the fence line of out of bounds is where that was.
Yeah, you don't get relief for sure, so you got to eat this one.
I don't get a club. I thought I got a club length.
Not from out of bounds.
From the fence. Come on. It's a temporary structure though.
Yeah, but it's out of bounds.
Damn it. So yeah, Scotty Scheffler will not be here, but when you look at the season Wyndham Clark has had. Of course, the defending U.S. Open from last year. He's factored into all of the signature events this year, pretty much. He won at Pebble Beach. He finished second at API, finished second at the Players, finished second RBC Heritage because Scotty won all of those. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. These guys, as good as these guys are, I mean, I know they're not thinking, man, we got a chance to win because Scotty's not playing.
Yeah.
But they're kind of thinking, man, we got a little bit of better chance because Scotty's not playing for sure. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Well, who's probably thinking that the most? There's 2 guys thinking that more than anybody else. Rory and Wyndham Clark.
Yeah. Yeah. Rory for sure. Rory certainly. And then next week, not to get too far forward, next week at the PGA Championship, Rory's won there too, and at Valhalla at the PGA Championship. So this is a good couple stretch for Rory, especially coming off a win. I mean, even like I said, even though if it's a team event, there's no substitute for winning and getting that feeling of winning. So, maybe we'll see Rory cash in. He looks good on the driving range. I watched him this afternoon on some PGA Tour stuff. They get the little insight on the range, and he looked really good. Really looked very loose, very confident. Didn't really look like he was working on anything, which was great. He was just working on numbers. It's going to be hot and humid, and the ball is going to roll. So he's looking at carry numbers, but he wasn't working on anything in his swing. And that's kind of what I look at when I kind of handicap some things is, how many gadgets do these guys have on their driving range? I mean, it's a thing. I mean, if they're all jacked up, look like a auto parts store dude in there and got all kinds of stuff on them, man, that they're searching for something, and that's usually not a good sign.
Scotty not being here could also open the door for one of these guys that has not played well this year. You look at JT, and I had this on the run sheet for Monday but we ended up not doing a show. I was going to talk a whole segment on what in the hell is wrong with Jordan Spieth. I don't know what's happening in his head right now. He needs to fix it and fix it quick, or he's going to find himself Mr. Irrelevant on the PGA Tour. Tommy Fleetwood, Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele, Cam Young, all these guys are going to look to correct some things here. And again, without the world number one there, kind of opens the door for that. So you've got Colin Morikawa, Max Homa, the guys that were in contention at the Masters. They're going to look to play themselves into the picture here. Victor Hovland, Will Zalatoris, they need to get back into form. So this could create a big opportunity for some of these guys that we're not used to seeing struggle very much like they are now.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, you talk a little bit about Jordan Spieth. Is it Jordan Spieth? He came out last week and said a bit of an injury, missed the cut at TPC last week, and he said he's probably still hurting a little bit. But we talked about this before. I think he needs a new voice, man. I really do. I think he needs a new voice in terms of his coaching. And I'm a big Cameron McCormick fan. He's right there in Dallas. But sometimes getting a little different opinion on some things really can flip the switch and make you think of things a little bit different. He's had Cameron McCormick ever since he was 13 years old. So, maybe it's something like that. I don't definitively think it's Michael Greller as caddy, but I certainly think maybe something in in the coaching of Cameron McCormick, maybe a change will certainly help. But JT, you look at JT, he's won on this golf course before, and then going into next week, obviously. But you get some really good storylines going into next week, but these guys are really focused on this week for sure.
and our boy has withdrawn, citing an injury. Ludwig Oberg will not play this week as he is withdrawn. He is citing a knee injury that he apparently suffered during the Masters, is what I'm seeing, which is a little alarming, a little concerning, right? For a guy his age I don't know what you'd have done to your knee to tweak it, but if it's serious enough for you to have to pull out the week before the PGA Championship, then, that's kind of a big deal, right?
Well, also he's had a few weeks off, right? I mean, if he's injured at the Masters, maybe, and he's had this much time off, he hasn't played. Is it more serious than we really think? Or, it'd be hard pressed for me to think he's going to miss a signature event on a golf course like this. And it's a great prep for next week, like it couldn't be a better prep for next week. So yeah, a little concerning for sure. It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't play next week, if you hear out, but he's had a few weeks off since the Masters, and it's really surprising if, that he's withdrawn this week. It must be a little more serious than what we think. Yeah.
At this point, you're wondering if surgery is the answer. And if it is, for whatever the injury is, and I haven't seen any specifics about it, but if it is, he's done for the year, and he's going to have to start looking at next year. So, which is unfortunate if that's the case, because I was looking forward to watching him up at Valhalla and even this week here over on the East Coast. So, let's take a look at the course real quick. The Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina, par 71, 7,558 yards with a $20 million purse. You touched a little bit on the course, and that you've played it before. How has it played for you? Like, what have you noticed about the little intricacies about this course?
It's too hard. I mean, really, for me, it's just too. I mean, it really is just too hard. I mean, it's.
And you were hitting for the ladies' tees, right?
No, I don't do that. I got a little bit. I don't have much pride left. I got a little bit of pride, a little bit of arrogance left. Seriously, when it comes to golf, but no, it's an awesome place. It's one of my favorite places. I mean, it's a hillier than people think. There's some elevation there that's really good. There's some forced carries that are really cool. There's some really cool holes. Like I said, last year they redid it and kind of flattened out the greens a little bit so they could have a little bit more pin placements. But it's a big ballpark, man, and it's long. And, if they get the rough growing and trying to hit into some of these greens, forget about it. The reason why the scores are so low last year, it was soft. I think this year it's going to play a lot firmer. So it's going to be, it might be a place that you really like. Maybe, 9 to 10 to 11 under par might win this thing if it gets a little bit windy and they get those greens running at 13, 14.
Well, we'll be looking forward to it. I didn't pay a lot of attention last week, to be honest. I had other duties going on with the NFL draft wrapping up and stuff like that a couple weeks ago. So I hadn't paid a lot of attention to golf since we did a show last, but I'm going to be tuned in this week for sure. Probably not watching too much of the Myrtle Beach, but I'll for sure be watching Quail Hollow and maybe looking for John Daly, see where he's at. When watching what he's doing on social media, because he always lets us know where he's at. But let's take our first break of the show here, Johnny, right here on FanStream Sports. We are From the Rough. We're going to come back and talk about the players in, the odds, things like get into some storylines for that, and we'll do that here on the other side, right here on From the Rough on FanStream Sports. We'll be back.
Sports fans, FanStream Sports.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you now. More FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That is PGA of America member Mr. John Gerber. We are coming at you talking some Wells Fargo Classic, talking some storylines. We're going to get into some best bets, Johnny's picks for both the Wells Fargo and the Myrtle Beach Classic. It just sounds weird to hear myself say that.
Myrtle Beach Classic?
Beach Classic, yeah. Like, what the hell?
Have you ever been to Myrtle Beach?
No.
Hey, there's not much reason to.
No. I feel like Myrtle Beach was one of those old-timey destinations, like families went on vacation, right? Like back in the 40s and 50s, everybody went to Myrtle Beach, took their family, and
it's okay. I mean, it's a lot to go there for. I mean, it's massive for golf, guys. Golf trip. It's a lot of fun. But no, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's like I said, big difference to go there. I lived there actually for about almost 2 years.
so sorry.
I know. Well, you know, I had a good time. I was young. I had a good time.
It doesn't seem like you at all.
It's not. It wasn't. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. So
I got you and Waterbed had a place out there, I bet. Probably.
No, I didn't even meet Waterbed that time. I didn't even know him yet.
That's how long ago it was, huh?
Yeah, it was that long ago. Thank goodness. If I had known him at Myrtle Beach, boy, that'd have been tough. That'd have been tough.
That'd been as bad as me and you in Kansas City.
Well, we
didn't have time to. We didn't get time to get down and dirty.
No, that's good. That's good. I got to be here for a while. You
need to tell my girl up there. I said, "What's up, though?"
I will. I haven't been out. I told you I've been sick. I haven't been out.
I know. No excuses, though, Johnny. There's no excuses.
That is true. I know. I know. I got to be your wingman here, but you know that's
hose before bros. Remember that.
Oh boy, there we get. You just hit 2 off the tee again. Just out of bounds again. Oh boy.
That one didn't go out of bounds.
Oh, it did.
Right down the middle of the fairway. Just got lost in a divot.
It hit the tree and went out of bounds, boy.
Bounced right back into the fairway.
Yeah.
Bounced off the cart path and went out of bounds.
And it's a Wells Fargo Championship, not Wells Fargo Classic.
I said championship.
You said Classic.
I said Myrtle Beach Classic.
You said Wells Fargo Classic.
Oh, I did. Well, I'm getting the name. I know it's a Wells Fargo Championship. I'm aware.
I understand this is your first golf show, and you know, but you know, I get it.
At least I can get the name of Jack's place wrong again.
Yeah, that was the first. That was funny, right? I don't know if people remember. So the first golf show we ever did, I came on as guest as a guest to preview it. The Memorial,
on our other show,
on the IndyCarTim and Big Red show, and we were talking about the Memorial. And Tim goes, "Well, what do you think about Murfield Valley?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know what Murfield Valley is, but Murfield Village is pretty damn good."
Dude, Big Red looked over at me like, "Hell are you doing right now? This guy's a golfer and he lives up there."
Yeah, and I was like,
"I don't know what I say."
It's only the 8th best golf course in the country, so if you get that wrong.
I was also about 14 beers deep by the time we started talking.
That's still sober for you.
That's true.
Yeah,
we didn't have a Jaeger machine and a kegerator back then in the garage.
Yeah. We got it. So everybody knows that we added a new baby in the studio in Dallas.
I live here now.
Yeah. We got a kegerator. And we brought it from Kansas City. And it's for people who don't know a kegerator, it's a tap. It's a beer tap. Mm-hmm. So we have two kegs, and it's a beer tap. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
We have a whole bar up here. Colby and I were talking on our show Monday, on the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show, Mondays and Wednesdays here on FanStream Sports, 7 to 9 Central Time. Shameless plug. Mm-hmm. We were talking about hosting like game watching parties up here, and your only entrance is bring your own booze. Just donate a bottle of booze, and you can drink whatever you want that's here, and
I'm pretty sure we're going to have
lined up outside.
I'm pretty sure we're going to have to get a liquor license there pretty soon. So, we'll
fell miserably. They're going to look at us and go, "Yeah, all right. Yeah, come back next week and we'll give it to you."
Yeah, right.
Let's get into some of the field and who the players are and what the odds are against Scotty Scheffler not here this week, as he is waiting to find out who the father is of his soon-to-be born baby. And we hope it's him. I really do hope it's him. I don't know anything about his wife, but I mean, they're both young. He can probably move on past it, if he needs to. But Rory, because he is not here, because Scotty Scheffler isn't here. Rory is your favorite, Johnny, at 7-1. And he's not really playing like he's in top form right now, but he's not far from that, is he?
No, not at all. And like I said, we talked a few minutes ago, is like, I really like the way his mannerisms and stuff were on the range. He wasn't working on anything. He had his track man out there, just looking at numbers, not working on swing, not working on anything. Mm-hmm. And again, even though it was a team event, substitute for winning, it gives him some confidence.
Yeah, I think where he needs to clean things up is probably in his short game. To be honest, just from what I've seen, usually that's one of his strengths, I think, but he's been a little inconsistent with the short irons and stuff this season. Xander Schauffele at 10-1 is next here, and I never know what to think about Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, I mean, big time events. I mean, he seems to falter. You think you got something with him. He hasn't won in 2.5 years, 2 years maybe. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got to see a little bit more out of him. He's not on my card this week. I see he's on yours, so thank God. That means he might do something good. But even at that, is Xander Schauffele at 9-1? I mean, you can't make any money on him, and so it wasn't really worth the value and the heartbreak what he does to you when it comes to that betting on Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, and we take different approaches when we make our picks. Yours are strictly to make money, and mine are just to get one right. I don't really care about the betting aspect of it because I'm not making my best. But we'll get into those here shortly. Wyndham Clark, the defending champion, at 16-1. I mean, is there anybody like maybe on the tour right now that kind of the term big game hunter describes more than him? That's just kind of his play, right?
Yeah, I just, I kind of liked him, but the way he's been talking lately, you watch some interviews, it's just like some of the things that he's really kind of saying are rubbing me the wrong way a little bit. I mean, it's just me personally. He's not on the list yet, but it's like, man, some of the stuff he says is kind of it's just a little weird. It really is a little weird. And I don't like the way he's been finishing golf tournaments lately. Mm-hmm. So, and then you can tell, we talked about this, maybe a month ago, that how at the Players Championship, how his negative talk was really bad. He was bitching and complaining a lot, things like that. So that's not really a good sign for somebody that's a professional player. So yeah, I don't like him this week. I need to see a little bit more from him, but boy, if you watch him on the driving range, you watch him hit balls, he doesn't look like he can miss a golf shot. So not on my card. He's one of the favorites, and I can see why, especially the golf course, big ballpark like this.
At 18-1, Patrick can't play. Patrick can't play at 18-1, and then Colin Morikawa at 22-1. Probably two guys will never get on this show.
Yeah, probably we'll go ahead and skip past them. There's no reason to talk about those.
They're not going to. They won't be in contention at all this week. At 22-1, also though. Twice winner of the event, but only one time at Quail Hollow. My guy, Max Homa.
Yeah, great. I mean,
career victory back in 2019, of course, and then that rain, freaking torrential downpour they played in at Potomac in 2022. Since then, he's got a T8 here last year, and I think he's got a ton of he's playing with a ton of confidence right now.
Yeah, I watched him on the range also, and I didn't really like the way he was swinging. I mean,
really?
I know that's your guy. And have you talked to him this week on social media? Okay.
I haven't talked to him since the week after the Masters.
He hasn't been in great form. I mean, I just don't think. I think he's not one of the longest guys on the PGA Tour. And as long as this place is going to play, I think it's going to really lend to the big hitters. And, if he's not on his long iron, mid iron game, which I don't think he is right now, it's going to put a lot of stress on that. And I just don't think he can get out there far enough to have some of the, 8, 9, 7 irons like some of these other guys are going to have. But is he short by? He's not short by any means. Right. But there's a big difference in that 30 yards of length, extra 30 yards of length. Some of these big hitters are going to have this week, especially as long as this place is playing.
And then coming up behind Maxie at 22-1, our guy JT at 25-1. He had a fast finish at Hilton Head. It's his first top 5 since the American Express in January, and he has not been good at anything in between those 2 tournaments. But he looks like he might be getting back in form with this. But I don't know what, since he had his year last year, I don't know what to think about JT or if he ever even looks good.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him either. I saw his dad back out there a little bit a couple weeks ago. He was certainly at the Masters, but I don't know. I mean, I think this week, it certainly fits his game. I mean, he's won here, so this golf course fits his game extremely well. But I just don't think he's in great form. I think he's going to have a solid finish. I think he's going to play well next week at, home cooking for him next week. He's from that area. Mm-hmm. So maybe this is a week that if he's not in contention, works on something for next week. Like I said, this week and next week, they're similar types of golf courses. The grasses are different, but it's a similar type of golf course in terms of the layout. So maybe you see some solid finishes out of JT in the next couple of weeks, but I just don't think he's playing well enough to have a chance to win.
Quail Hollow is where he won his PGA championship, right?
Yeah. No, he won his PGA championship at Southern Hills, didn't he? He's won 2. He's won there in Southern Hills.
I think he
Rory
won
in
17.
Oh, Quail, yeah, and I think and then he won it. And then he won at Southern Hills. He's won 2 PGAs.
Right.
So yeah, he won it. He won there. He won at Valhalla, I believe. I mean at Quail Hollow, and then he won at Southern Hills, I believe.
Let's see. And then getting back to our list here, Tommy Fleetwood at 28-1. Did you see what he was up to last week?
Fishing? Oh, caddying for his son-in-law or sorry,
caddying for his stepson. His stepson.
He's better.
Yeah.
He's better at that than he is playing right now, for sure.
I thought it was really cool, though, man. He sort of, I'm not, and I don't know anything about Tommy Fleetwood. I don't have disregard for him. I don't like him or anything. I don't dislike him. He's just not really on my radar much, except for his haircut. I really dig the mullet. I've always have.
Just jealous?
Yeah, probably. But I thought that was pretty cool, man. That kind of steered him towards my good side a little bit, just to do something like that,
Oh, and he's revered as one of the good guys. Yeah, for sure.
I heard he was a little upset that news got out that he did it because he wasn't trying to do, he was doing this for his stepson and didn't want to take any of the spotlight off of him, but somehow it got out, that he was, and of course, it was made a big deal of in the golf media, which it should be, I mean, I get it, but I don't know. It told me a little something about him, and I'll be thinking good thoughts for him and paying a little bit more attention to him because of it from now on.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, like I said, he's one of the good guys out there. There's no ill will, I think, with him. And yeah, good for him. And you're right. He didn't do it for the notoriety for sure. Yeah. He just did it to help out his stepson who's playing the Challenge Tour, and it was good. No, that's a great opportunity and some good knowledge I'm sure his stepson was getting.
Oh, for sure, man. How'd you like to be just the stepson or the son, of maybe stepson even more because you haven't been around him your whole life, but to learn golf, from somebody like that and to have those doors open for you, really in any sport, I guess that's true of any sport. I know that's pretty cool. I root for those guys for sure.
It could go both ways. It could be a lot of pressure. I mean, you don't see a lot of, players on the PGA Tour reveres golf. Dads are superstars. You look at Nicklaus and Tiger and, some of these guys that their sons didn't really, there could be pressure. Maybe they didn't pan out. I mean, there's a few of them that probably did. I mean, the Stockton boys probably played pretty well. That's be the only ones that I could really say. Guy Burgers, maybe. Brent was a good player for a long time. But, that's just a lot of pressure on some of these guys when you're, Jack's son or a Tiger's son or whoever may it be. Even with Arnie's grandson, Sam Stevens, I mean, that's a lot of pressure to be putting on these and a lot of expectations.
Yeah, and you can never, I don't care who you are, you can never live up to those expectations. No. I don't care how good you are. No. Charlie Woods, I don't care how good if he ever gets good, he will never live up to his dad's, reputation. And it's a man, I can't imagine being brought up that way. I was better than my dad at everything.
Just in sports in general, though, there's very few sons that's kind of surpassed their dad in sports. That was pretty notoriety. I mean, I can think maybe two in baseball, Barry Bonds over his dad and Ken Griffey Jr. But other than that, I mean, who can you really think of that has kind of superseded their parents in a sport? So,
Moises
I don't
Alou was
know.
probably a little better than his dad, Felipe Alou. But
Yeah,
but again, it's
yeah. I
baseball.
mean,
We're going back to baseball.
and that's the only one really baseball. I think, I think Juan Soto, I think he'll be his son is probably going to be better than him, or so there's I think baseball is really the only reference it. I mean, golf certainly I don't see anyone that's surpassed their dad in terms of golf.
It'll probably happen before we get there to the end of the world history of golf.
Yeah, maybe.
And then finally coming up at 30-1, Hideki Matsuyama. And I was wondering why he was such long odds. I thought he would be shorter odds on this course.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing well. I mean, it suits him. He hits it long, he hits it high. I just don't think he's been really good form. And I think the injury is a little bit of a question also. You'll see him a little bit later. Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it a little bit later on the card. He's definitely on my card, but at those odds, he's a little bit of a wild card, not really knowing if he's healthy or not.
So there's our odds here. Some of the premier players that we'll be able to watch this weekend, starting tomorrow as they tee off on Thursday morning. Let's take our final break of the show, and then we will get into Johnny's picks for both tournaments, for the Wells Fargo Championship and the Myrtle Beach Classic, as I don't mix up the names there. I said it right.
Thank you.
Paying special attention to say it right. And then maybe we'll talk some more Muirfield Valley on the other side of that.
Yeah, there we go.
But lots of storylines, and then I'll give my dartboard picks as well that everybody gets a big kick out of. Right here on From the Rough on FanStream Sports. We'll be back.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the perfect temperature, and ensure your home is secure, all from the palm of your hand. Star Power has the experts that will transform your house into a secure, smart home. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Get started at GetStarPower.com. Star Power, where innovation meets home.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much, if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com. Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you now. More FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough, right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That is PGA of America member Mr. Johnny Gerber, or his Russian counterpart, Gorbachev.
We got to explore that a little bit. We got to explore that a little bit more. That's interesting.
We'll have to figure it out. I don't know what goes through Colby's brain sometimes, but he comes up with some good ideas.
I don't think we'd want to know, but he's certainly smart on some good ideas for sure.
Yeah, I do not want to take a stroll through Colby's brain, ever.
No,
I'd be terrified of that place.
it's
It'd be
full
like
of
Luke Skywalker on Dagobah.
It's full of heaters and dip and
We don't do the heaters no more.
whatever that kimchi he brings in the studio that stinks the studio up so bad.
He hadn't done that in a while since. I think he only did that because you were here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that was all that was, just for you. Johnny, let's get into our picks and predictions. Again, Johnny picks his picks for betting purposes. So follow him. If you're not following, you're not winning. Right there with Mr. Johnny Gerber, and he'll go over his picks here shortly. My picks are for fun. I started doing this kind of on the side, not even talking about him on the air because he was picking his, and I was trying to kind of learn. I'm still not very good at it, and he makes fun of me when I pick front runners and pick the favorites, which I don't do very often. He talks about it like I do it all the time. But my winner, a couple weeks ago, was like 30-1.
Yeah. Okay, so 1 week
I didn't hit.
Yeah, like this week, yeah, you're not picking the favorite Xander Schauffele. I mean, no, let's not do that. I mean,
well, I did it this week because I think he might win.
8 out of 10 times you're picking the favorite, and I'm telling you, there's not a lot of times the favorites win on the PGA Tour unless you're Scotty Scheffler, and the Tiger era, But you're risking so much to win so little,
so little,
yeah.
Well, let's get into my picks here then, Johnny. Again, these are my dartboard picks for entertainment purposes only. I could call them the drunk sports picks. I usually make these after a couple of cocktails.
Cocktails are good.
Johnny made me make a graphic one time too, so I have fun with it here. I feel all
great.
special. So these are my dartboard picks. Your winner, I pick a winner, a top 10 and a top 20. I've got Xander Schauffele at 9-1 as my winner. Again, I know you're not going to make money on it, but I think he's got a really good chance here. My top 10, Hideki Matsuyama at plus 260. Did I offend you the way I said that?
A little bit.
Shut up. He was like one of the hottest names on the tour before the Masters, but he had a really bad showing at Augusta and hadn't played since. But I figure coming back, he wants to right the ship a little bit, I think, after his terrible performance at the Masters. And he leads in several categories here at this course. So, it's a shot in the dark, but at 30-1.
I like him.
Oh, yeah, he's on your card too, I think, isn't he?
But you only got him in the top 10.
Right. Well, yeah. I didn't want to put him as my winner.
Just go out on a limb again.
Because then what would I do? What would I do when Xander Schauffele wins and I had Hideki Matsuyama as my winner? My top 20 at plus 110. And another guy that I hope can really clean things up and get things turned around here, Will Zalatoris. He had pre-tournament withdrawal from the Byron Nelson here last week. Last week. And so that doesn't really exude a ton of confidence for me because I don't know what's going on with him. I don't think he's really healthy. But he's been solid. He had a quality outing at the Masters. He had a quality outing at the Arnold Palmer. Quality outing at Genesis and Farmers. He's third in the field in strokes gained approach and sixth in strokes gained tee to green over the last 3 months. So with him, it's kind of hit or miss. I'm praying for a hit in my top 20. I don't think a top 20 is too much of a stretch for him here.
Yeah, when you only got 30 people in the field, that's pretty good.
Limited field event, right? Well, I could have picked him in the top 30.
Yeah, you're looking at a guy. I actually like all your picks this week. I don't think anyone's going to finish except for Hideki, but You know,
Yeah.
that's another question mark with Will Zalatoris. He's plus 110 to finish in the top 20. Not a lot of money on there, but you certainly want to see that guy, you know, continue to play well. Is it more reps for him? Does he need some more reps just to kind of, you know, there's something there. Is something there? Is it just, I don't definitively think it's, you know, being back on tour, because he's having some great rounds. He's just not putting 4 rounds together. And, you know, he'll have a bad first round or a second round, but I certainly think the 4 rounds are going to help him because there's no cut this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't mind those picks at all, except for Xander.
All right. Well, you want to do your Myrtle Beach ones first, or do you want your Wells Fargo first?
No, we'll go Wells Fargo first.
All right. Here's Johnny. Johnny's picks brought to you by, I've got to play your music too. Johnny's picks brought to you by, as always, Golf Central Magazine. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. Go check the latest issue today. There will be another issue coming out here within the next week or so for June. Had to get my month straight there for a second. Go head over to golfcentralmag.com, put in your email address, and you will get a digital copy delivered to your inbox each and every month. It's not just golf, it's philanthropy, it's a lifestyle, it's travel. They got a lot of fun stuff in there for you. The golf cart girl of the month, the golf bachelor of the month, the golf bachelorette of the month. They got a food and beverage review in there every month for you. So go check it out at golfcentralmag.com. Johnny, tell us about your picks.
Boy, this is a great opportunity for us. We're still a little bit in the red for the year, but we do have we're doing fantastic on matchups. But a double dose this week with the Wells Fargo Championship or the Classic, or whatever Tim wants to call it, because he makes up words all the time. So this week, we're going to start off with the Wells Fargo Championship. First guy on the board. Boy, is there a golf course custom for this guy? Cam Smith at 28-1. I know we've been touting him all year. On the card, he knows this area very well, going to school at Wake Forest. 28-1, great value. He hits the ball a long, long way. If you look at these picks that we're having at this golf course, majority of these guys are long hitters. It's what it's going to take this week in this big ballpark. So I really like Cam Young at 28-1. Second pick on this week, despite what Tim says, he is not a kamikaze. He is Hideki Matsuyama, 35-1. No accent on yours, not the Russian. It's Hideki Matsuyama at 35-1. Again, he's a little bit of a flyer. He's a little bit of a flyer because we don't know his health, but the golf course certainly fits him to a T. Hits the ball high, hits the ball long. I love him here at 35-1. Tim's new boy, Steven Yeager, 55-1. He would normally be in the ham sandwich pick, but we got another big long shot also. Steven Yeager, Tim's rooting for him because every time Steven Yeager does well, the Yeager machine in the studio goes empty. So please, I like him at 55-1. If you do win, that'd be great. That means I can buy more Jägermeister for the studio. So Steven Yeager, I like him. His extra added length, 30 yards that he's picked up from last year has really bode well for him, picking up his first win earlier in the year. So I really like him at 55-1. Ham sandwich pick, Christian Bezuidenhout, 100-1. Listen, he was one of the stars of the international team when they had the President's Cup there last year. I love him there. Christian Bezuidenhout at 100-1. Long hitter, one of the longest guys on the PGA Tour. I love him here at 100-1. Great value. 2 top 10 picks this week. We got the law firm of Adam and Adam. Adam Scott at plus 375 and Adam Shank at plus 450. Adam Shank's coming on. Adam Shank is, we normally won't say Shank. We'll say Adam S. How about that?
Adam S.
Adam S at 450. Adam Scott, listen, man, he's still one of the longest hitters on the PGA Tour. He loves this place. It's one of his favorite places on the PGA Tour. He can hit it straight, coming into some pretty good form. Adam Shank's been really playing well. He's long enough to play this place, and he's straight enough to play this place. The guy's probably going to win on the PGA Tour. He's been close. I don't know if the fit's there for him with this big event, but he's in this event. He's a really good player. So Adam Shank, I really like him at plus 450. 2 top 20 picks this week. Brandon Todd. If anybody's a Mel Kiper fan, you'll get that reference. Plus 330. I really like him. He's playing well. He hits the ball long enough. He's kind of got a similar game to Adam Shank. So I really like him to finish in that top 20 in a smaller field. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. So, I don't think the winning score is going to be, 15 to 25 under par. So I like him in the middle right there at plus 300, 330 to finish in top 20. And Tim's boy, Emiliano Grillo. It's not Grillo, it's Grillo. It's not a Grillo.
Grillo.
It's Grillo at plus
Grillo.
450. The guy's very good on this type of grass in Bermuda. He's played well here in the past. Really good on the President's Cup team. I really like him here in this spot. A great value at 450.
Grillo. All right. On to the Myrtle Beach Classic Championship of Classic. Johnny, you got my weird pants boy on your list.
Which one? They all got weird pants these
Eric
days.
Van Rooyen. Mustache
The
boy.
Monopoly Man. The Monopoly Man. The Monopoly Man. Hey, another great opportunity this week. Myrtle Beach Classic, an inaugural event. If I said that right, if I hadn't, I'm sorry. I got a stuffed up nose, so if I didn't say it right, my apologies. Eric Van Rooyen, 28-1. This guy is the king of off-field events. His 2 wins on the PGA Tour has come from second-tier events. Not saying it's a second tier because all these guys can play. There's not a home course advantage on this place. Huh?
It's a tier 2 event for sure.
It is. Well, okay, but it's not. But it is and it's not. But that being said, no home course advantage. No one's played this golf course besides the practice rounds. It's a new event. So Eric Van Rooyen, if it gets windy in Myrtle Beach this time of year, he's great in the wind. So I like him at 28-1. I still believe that one of the up-and-coming rising stars on the PGA Tour is this Davis Thompson at 33-1. I love him here in this spot. He grew up in the in the Carolina areas. He played golf at Georgia. He's a long hitter of the golf ball. I really like him in this spot at 33-1. Matt Wallace at 35-1. He's been playing some really good golf. Played well last week. Just couldn't finish up in a field that, same with Eric Van Rooyen, in a field that's not powered up with these big hitters, heavy hitters, and the big players in the world rankings. I really think he thrives at 35-1 to have a chance to get his second PGA Tour victory. Ham sandwich pick this week. Not a big ham sandwich, but Andrew Novak at 40-1. One of the longest hitters on the PGA Tour, one of the steadiest hitters on the PGA Tour. I like him here in this spot. The guy's going to win, and this is a great spot for him. He's got too much talent. He's been knocking on the door a little bit, falters in one of the rounds, but I think the experience and not being in one of those big tier events, I think is going to help him. 2 top 10 picks this week. Probably the best player in the field. I know he's been hurt the last couple of years. Daniel Berger at plus 275. He's kind of getting his feet back underneath him again. Well, he was one of the premier players on the PGA Tour for a long time, Ryder Cup player. He's played probably 5 or 6, 7 events already this year, so I think this smaller field event is going to have an opportunity. I'm not sure if he's ready to win yet, but I like him in this spot at 275. Alex Smalley to finish top 10 at plus 475. One of the longest hitters is going to be playing in this field this week. He's been contending a lot. I think some of the experience he's had in some bigger events, being in that position is going to bode well for him to finish in that top 10. 2 top 20 picks this week. Davis Riley at plus 300. This guy's got way too much talent. First off, to be playing in this event, and second off, to only be 300 to finish in the top 20. I don't know. I don't know what to say. You watch this guy hit golf balls on the driving range. It's as good as it gets. He's a Dallas resident, had some good time with Davis Riley. Talking to Davis Riley down in Dallas, he's a really good guy. He's got way too much talent. He won the team event last year. It really surprised me how that he hasn't won yet, but I really like him in a 300 spot. And last top 20 pick this week, Ryan Moore at plus 335. Veteran on the PGA Tour. I think in this spot, finishing the top 20 with a smaller tier event, I think he's going to feel good in terms of that maybe he can dominate these guys, but I really like him at plus 335.
So lots of opportunity here for you guys to make some money with Johnny's picks. We posted them on social media early. You can follow the show at From the Rough PGA. He is at J Gerber PGA Pro. I am at IndyCarTim. They're also on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, wherever you are. We've posted the shows or the picks. So go over there and find them from earlier today. And then look out this weekend on Saturday. If Johnny's got some matchups he likes, then we'll post those for you as well early Saturday morning before they tee off. And same thing on Sunday. And you guys keep in mind these picks and these matchups for Johnny, these aren't for fun. He places all of the bets that he tells you guys about. He's not just some dude on TV talking, telling you who to go bet on. He's making all these bets himself, and he tracks them for you. We'll come back at the end of the week and on Monday during our recap show and tell you how everything went. If it went south, he'll tell you that it went south, and he'll tell you why. But yeah, Johnny places all these bets that he tells you guys about. So follow along. Follow him on Twitter at J Gerber PGA Pro, and follow the show at From the Rough PGA, and we'll make you guys some money. It was a slow start to the year, but we're on the upswing now, and lots of opportunity this week with a lot of guys playing, a lot of bets to place. Get back in the black here just as soon as possible. That's going to do it for the show tonight. We will be back on Monday to recap, and then next Wednesday to preview the PGA Championship from Valhalla. We'll be updating the tournaments on social media from the Rough social media outlets, and then we'll, I've been doing a little bit of recap videos and stuff, some shorts over on YouTube and on TikTok and things like that. Some funny stuff that I see from the tournaments and more entertainment value than anything else. So go check those out. You can follow FanStream Sports on TikTok as well. And then we're both on Instagram. So just go find us. We'd be happy to correspond with you. Leave us a message if you're watching the video here on the live show. Drop us a message. Just say hello. We'll follow you back and talk some golf with you. Here on FanStream Sports, coming up in about an hour at 7 o'clock Central. It is the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Show live from right here where I am right now. We're going to do it all again, have a little fun talking sports, Dallas sports, some NFL, and some fun things regarding the NBA and the NHL for you as well. So check that out here in about an hour on FanStreamSports.com or on the FanStream Sports mobile app. You can listen to the live audio there as well. Johnny, we will see you on Monday. Monday? I mean, I'll talk to you before then, but we'll see you on Monday. Until then, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.